Hi, Olivia Lewis here in Antwerp after the gig in D Club yesterday night in Antwerp. How was the gig in D Club?
It was great. The people were great, friendly, very friendly. I mean, it was late. We were very tired, but it was very good.
And you had problems to come here because of the strike at the airport. How did you solve that problem?
We were supposed to come to Brussels from Munich. Then we learned that everything was cancelled, so we had to fly to Amsterdam and then catch a train from there and come directly to Antwerp, which took us the whole day. I mean, we left Malta at about 8 o'clock in the morning and we arrived in Antwerp at about 8:30 in the evening. And then in half an hour, I had to I had to take a shower and dress up for the party, and I mean, fix my makeup, but it was okay. At the end of the day, then it was worth it.
Okay. So people who were there now know that you are excused because of you were late for half an hour about.
I looked a bit tired, in fact, but it was okay.
Okay. Um, you took part a whopping 11 times in a row in the Maltese preselection. Must be a record, I suppose, in Eurovision history. But are there any songs in the Maltese preselection for this Eurovision Song Contest you haven't seen?
Mainly, my career was my releases were directly combined with this Malta song for Europe. But I have other songs which are in Maltese. Um,
You have always chosen for English songs if you participated in the Maltese preselection.
yes, we always sing English songs for to go to the Eurovision, and then we release Maltese songs for the Maltese public, but not for Eurovision because English is also our second language, so it's also easy for us to sing in English, and we believe that if you sing in English, much more people can understand what you're really saying.
Is the Maltese preselection that important?
It is, yes, it is very important. The Maltese people really watch this Malta Song for Europe when there's the final night. No, you can see no one in the streets. Everybody's inside in bars, in houses, and everybody's doing parties.
So that
With,
rumor is true.
yes, with friends, and everybody's watching.
Something tells me that you also are a fan of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yes, I am. I don't quite know all the details as the biggest fans of Eurovision, but I always watch it, and I always watch all the videos which are going to take part. And yes, I always try to see who is going to win, and normally I'm right. So.
I don't gonna ask you for a prediction of this year's Eurovision Song Contest, but what are your first memories of the Eurovision Song Contest as a child?
As a child, I remember Paul and Georgina taking part in Cinecittà, back in 1991, and then I remember that year. I remember Carola winning for Sweden, and I fell in love with her song and with Carola. I remember I was watching it with my father, and as soon as she did her performance, my father told me, "I think she's going to win," and I told him, yes, I also think she's going to win, and she won. And from that moment, I every year I I watched Eurovision. I used to record it on video, and then for a whole month, I used to watch it over and over and over again. So
Actually, it's a pity that you couldn't participate last year because Carola was there again. Would that be a dream to sing with her?
I met her in Spain. In the national selections, I was there. It was the first country I visited as part of my promoter, and she was also a guest there. And I managed to see her just, I mean, She came there, she sang, she just sang, and she then left again. So I just managed to see her a bit.
You have sung a lot of songs already, but does that mean that you have released also a lot of records in Malta already?
Most of them are on compilations of festival songs, but I released another single, Deja Vu, which was also a big. It was very popular, it's still very popular in Malta. A song that I came second 2 years ago when Clara went to the Eurovision for Malta. We were very close regards to points also, so it was a good year for me also. And now I released Vertigo, and the album. I mean, I have everything in mind what I want to do, but I'm waiting for the right moment to really release and start working on this thing.
Malta is a very small island, but is the music market large enough to make from music a full profession?
Um, uh, not not really. You have to work a lot and struggle a lot because, as you say, since Malta is very small, if you do a gig and you go around the all the clubs in Malta, within a month you have to change your act and you have to change your gig. So as I mean to have something different all the time. So it really is a bit difficult to make a full living out of music. But somehow I managed, and there are people who manage to do this. I mean, I do different types of events, private functions, village festas, events, and then I do weddings, parties. I also have a group of students. I have a choir. I teach singing, and so I do a bit of everything to be able to make a living out of it.
But actually, you're a teacher.
Actually, I am a teacher, but I never really worked as a teacher because it's been to a year that I graduated as a teacher. But during this year, I was concentrated 100% on this Vertigo and Malta Song for Europe. And now, of course, I mean, I was really focused on the Eurovision Song Contest.